Adolf Hitler was born a long time ago, in 1889, on April 20th. He was born in a small town in Austria called Braunau am Inn, which lies on the border with Germany. This town, with its picturesque landscapes and serene environment, was where Adolf spent his early childhood. His father, Alois, worked as a customs official. Alois was a strict and authoritative figure, often demanding discipline and obedience from his children. His mother, Clara, was a kind and loving woman. She was deeply devoted to her children and provided a nurturing environment, balancing the sternness of Alois with her warmth. Adolf was one of 6 children, but sadly, only he and his younger sister Paula survived past childhood. The loss of his siblings had a profound impact on the family, especially on Clara, who was heartbroken by the tragedies. Life in the Hitler household was simple. They lived modestly with few luxuries, but Clara ensured that the home was filled with love and care. Alois moved his family several times for his work. These relocations were often challenging, as they had to adapt to new environments and communities. This meant Adolf changed schools frequently, which made it hard to make close friends. The constant moving disrupted his education and social life, making it difficult for him to form lasting relationships. Despite these moves, Adolf's early years were relatively ordinary. He played with other children, explored the countryside, and experienced the simple joys of small-town life in Austria. As a young boy, Adolf enjoyed playing games with his siblings and friends. He particularly liked pretending to be a soldier, leading his playmates in mock battles. This interest in war and leadership would stay with him throughout his life. School was a different story for Adolf. He was a bright student, but often clashed with his teachers. He didn't like following rules and often got into trouble. He excelled in some subjects like history and geography, but neglected others. Adolf's relationship with his father was complex. Alois was a strict and demanding man. He expected obedience from his children. Adolf often felt stifled by his father's expectations and longed for more freedom. This clash of personalities led to frequent arguments between father and son. Alois wanted Adolf to follow in his footsteps and work for the government. Adolf, however, had other plans. He dreamed of becoming an artist, a passion his father did not understand or support. Section 4. The loss of his brother and its impact. A significant event in Adolf's childhood was the death of his younger brother, Edmund. This tragic event marked a turning point in his early years. Edmund died from measles in 1900 when Adolf was just 11 years old. The loss was sudden and devastating for the family. This loss deeply affected Adolf, who had been very close to his brother. They shared a bond that was rare and profound, making the separation even more painful. After Edmund's death, Adolf became withdrawn and sullen. He found it difficult to express his grief and often kept his emotions bottled up. His relationship with his parents, already strained, grew even more distant. The family struggled to cope with the loss, and this further isolated Adolf. He seemed to lose interest in his studies and spent more time alone, lost in his thoughts. The once lively and curious boy became a shadow of his former self, retreating into a world of solitude and introspection. Section 5. Aspiring artist, struggling student. As Adolf grew older, his passion for art only intensified. He would often be found with a sketchbook in hand, capturing the world around him with meticulous detail and fervor. He spent countless hours sketching and painting, dreaming of attending the prestigious Vienna Academy of Fine Arts. The academy represented not just a school, but a gateway to a future where his artistic talents could flourish. However, his schoolwork suffered as a result of his artistic focus. His teachers often complained about his lack of attention in class, and his grades began to slip, causing concern among his family and peers. Despite his undeniable artistic talent, Adolf failed to gain admission to the Vienna Academy. The rejection letter was a devastating blow, shattering his dreams and leaving him questioning his abilities. This rejection was a bitter blow to his confidence and left him feeling lost and directionless. He wandered the streets of Vienna, grappling with a sense of failure and uncertainty about his future. He remained in Vienna, scraping by and taking odd jobs while clinging to his artistic ambitions. Despite the hardships, he continued to draw and paint, hoping that one day his perseverance would pay off and his talents would be recognized. Section 6. The Seeds of Ambition. Living in Vienna exposed Adolf to poverty and social unrest. He witnessed firsthand the city's diverse population, including its Jewish community. It was during this time that he began to develop strong opinions about race, nationalism, and German identity. These early experiences, combined with his difficult childhood and personal setbacks, shaped Adolf's worldview. The seeds of ambition and resentment began to take root, setting the stage for his future path and the tumultuous events that would shape the 20th century.